Hi horse bosses, my name is Brenda Riddle. I live in Arizona. I just wanted to reintroduce myself a little bit, so I'm going to kind of do a video, and this will be my introduction video, and then I'll also do a video with my first week recap. My plan is to do weekly recaps with all the work that I did, and then I'm going to put them all on YouTube so that it doesn't bog down the Horse Boss news feed, and you guys can watch the videos. They might be kind of long because I like to talk things out a little bit, but anyway, my name is Brenda Riddle. I just turned 50 this year, so that was interesting with all the things that come with turning 50 as a woman. And then I am the mother of 7 children, 6 boys, girls, in a mixed family. Mine, his, and ours is the daughter. I have now 11 grandchildren, so that's super exciting. I'm super proud. All of my children are doing well. They all have jobs. They all are in relationships, pretty stable relationships. And as a mom, that's something that once they grow up and they move out of the house, that's something that just is something that's with the next phase of your life, I guess. So after having 7 children, now we are empty nesters. We have had kids move out and move back in, which I personally love. Not my husband's favorite, but I love all my children, and we always have an open door policy. So if they need us, we're there. Something I didn't get from my own parents. Gosh, I didn't think I'd be emotional, but anyway. I have been in horse challenges before. I won a saddle at one point, and then I also won the amazing opportunity trip to haul my horse out to Texas and meet Fallon and do a one-on-one lesson with her. Just making the trip with my husband and going out there and meeting Fallon and her investing in me kind of led to, gosh, some major changes in my life. When I started barrel racing about 11 years ago, so you know, you can be in your 40s and decide that this is going to be a fun thing for you to do. I didn't know what I was doing. I learned that the barrel racing world can be really harsh. It's like the biggest, at the time, it's like the biggest high school mean girl club that you can try to join. Nobody would tell you to your face if your horse sucked, but they would tell everybody else afterwards. It was very secretive about how to even train a horse, besides how to ride a horse through a turn or how to line your horse up when you go into the arena. And I had come from an endurance world, which is a much different world where everybody cheers for everybody. And the goal in endurance world is to finish, is to win. That's kind of their motto in the AERC. And I did really well in endurance. I won best condition. I won many awards. The toughest 50 miler in the United States is the man against horse, and I won that on my horse. But as our kids grew up and we didn't want to go camping while mom rode, we needed to find something closer to home, and that's how I got into gymkhanas, which graduated to barrel racing. So I totally changed discipline, saddles, the way you ride. There's a difference between riding your horse for 75 miles in a 24-hour period and riding your horse and asking for their life in 18 seconds. Both thrilling, both take a different type of bond with your animal, but a lot of similarities as well. So anyway, when I went out to Fallon's, I was obviously super impressed with what she had, how she built herself up, all that she had done to start from not having the best. And I thought after I left, she's right. I need to invest in myself and invest in what, you know, what do I want? What do I want? So I did make some pretty big goals. I wanted a living quarters. She had a beautiful new living quarters there. We didn't get to see inside it, but we saw outside of it. And you know that feeling. I had a 2-horse that I was super proud of, that we hauled out to, that my husband had bought off Copart auctions because it had been wrecked and damaged on the side, and had rebuilt it for me because I wanted a 2-horse with a tack room in the front. Stepping up from my stock trailer, metal trailer that just had the stuff where you put the saddles underneath where the horse's head goes, kind of, those old kind of metal trailers. So everything that I have has been a gradual progression of setting goals and working toward them. So in one of the Horse Boss challenges, I posted some pictures of a wrecked living quarters that my husband also bought off Copart. It took us 3 years to replace it, but now I have a 3-horse living quarters. It's a 98, and I don't even think the company that makes the trailer is in business anymore, but everything in it works and it's safe. We put new axles and tires on it, and we worked really hard. It was 3 years of rebuilding this, but I have my living quarters. I also changed horses. I realized Gigi was getting older, but I also realized that she wasn't 100% my style, and I wasn't getting the best out of her that I could. So she found a really good home with a lady in Tejo's, New Mexico, and she loves her, and Gigi looks fabulous, and she just loves her, and she's doing great. One of my goals had always been to own a Slick by Design. So I bought a Slick by Design yearling who I lost last year at the trainers, or the year before, from a digital flexor tendon rupture, freak accident. No one was at fault. The trainer was very gracious, and for the worst experience that I've ever had to deal with putting a horse down, it turned out really well. I had bought a little mare named a Slick Mimosa Flame that was also a Slick by Design, and I found out after fatiguing her for a year and then starting her Derby year that she was super hot. She was Slick by Design out of Frenchman's Guy mare, so she was like fire. Like, her name was Flame, but she was a fireball. And I loved her to death, and I still love her. But we weren't the best team that we can be to reach some of my goals. So I sold her this last month to a lady who's just starting out, who loves her as well. Also by New Mexico and Bullhead City, which I guess isn't by New Mexico, but anyway, who's just starting her barrel racing and is learning with a coach there to ride her. So the moral of the story is, I decided that I want to be a 1D rider, and I want to rodeo, and I'm working on my permit. I did get my WPRA permit. I had it this year. I didn't really understand what I was doing or what it entails. I'm a little more knowledgeable going into next year, and I think I have the horse that will get me there. Her name is Mimi Mordova, but we call her Cinder. She's my black mare, so she just turned 6. She was kind of a back burner horse that I got by chance, but then I think because I didn't put pressure on her like I did with Flame, she just kind of came into the barrel pattern on her own. We only did like 4 months of futurity, and then now her Derby year started last November, so she'll be starting her 2nd year of Derby this November. And because I didn't put pressure on us and not run and, you know, try to win everything, I think that's made the difference. So I really had to kind of look inside and see how I ride, how I train, and what my goals are. And my goals are to win a rodeo. My goals are to fill my WPRA permit. My goals for this challenge is a month ago, bought an Epic Leader granddaughter. She's out of Epically Famous. She's a 3-year-old, Dash to Fame on the dam side. So she's already like 15 too. She's very forward and a little bit more high-headed, which I heard is what the Epic Leaders are like. But she's light on her feet, and she's just sweet. Like, she's hot, but she's not hot, crazy brain, kind of like Flame would get. So anyway, I've had her for a month. When this challenge started, we had walked through the pattern twice and like stopped at our rate points. So she's a brand new green bean to the barrel pattern. My goal for her and in this challenge is to be able to haul her and do a time only by the end of this challenge. And then to refine a few things on Cinder so that we don't turn so sharp that we hit barrels. Cinder's been in the 1D a couple of times. We haven't won money in the 1D, and we haven't won a rodeo or a race. So that's my goal with her. And also to just prepare myself mentally to jump from the barrel racing jackpot mindset into rodeo. So I am super excited to be learning anything that Fallon wants to share about that. I decided to change about myself after I went and saw Fallon, is that I weighed 225 pounds. No one told me I was fat, but I knew I was. And I'm not throwing shade on anyone for anybody's weight or for whatever they weigh or however they look. But for me, I knew I needed a change. So that began my health journey as well. And I still feel like I need to lose about 10 more pounds to be to my goal. But so far I have lost 75 pounds since my visit with Fallon Taylor. And it's been amazing for me. I can tell that I ride better. I can tell that personal things in my life are working out better. And that's just my transformation. So I'm just kind of sharing this so that you guys know that you're going to get out of this challenge what you put into it. And if you embrace it and you go for the challenge, for the wins that you want to make, do it. Just invest in yourself. It's 30 days. Fallon said she'd like us to ride 3 to 4 times a week. More is great, obviously. But just put in the time and the work. And I 100% want to be people's cheerleader, even if being the cheerleader annoys some people. Only because I know what it's like when you don't have a cheerleader and you have to push through and not know if you're good enough, not know if you're running through that gate and everybody is judging if your butt is going to swallow your saddle because you're such a big girl. Only because I started racing barrels in an endurance saddle because I didn't know that there was a difference in saddles. I just want to be there for people who need it. And if it's annoying, you can just message me and be like, hey, you're annoying me. Don't comment on my post, or just put a thumbs up or whatever, and I will totally respect that. But I do like to share what I've learned. I'm not the person who teaches people. I do in my professional career. I'm a nurse, and I'm a nurse director of a department. So I am always trying to instill value and integrity in those around me. But I am not one that goes out and pushes what I know on people. I've been asked a lot of times if I will give horseback lessons or help teach people barrels, just because of all that I've been involved with and all that I've learned. And somewhere deep inside, that little girl still feels afraid that I don't really know what I'm doing. And I don't want to mess anyone up when I still don't even have the confidence in myself. So this is a big thing for me. I've always been the one who says, I don't start horses on barrels. I am not a trainer, I'm a rider. I send horses to trainers. So I'm investing in myself, and I'm investing in my little 3-year-old, to see where we go, to see if I can be this person that follows some training videos, and all the knowledge that Fallon wants to share with us, and invest it in this horse, and then go on to continue and get her ready so that next November we'll be confident and I'll be riding a horse that I trained to start barrels. I'm great at seasoning them. I'm great at taking them after they've had 30 or 60 days on the pattern and hauling them. I love that experience. I love the babies. I love getting out there and being like, oh, she's a baby. That's what happened today. So it's kind of a different world for me to have one that I've already seasoned for a year and a half, and now making the jump to rodeo, and then having a brand new baby that's a clean slate that I'm getting ready to do. She's had 30 days at the trainers at a colt starters in Utah, and then I bought her from the same lady I bought my black mare, and she was riding her off and on for the 30 days. So I'm thinking maybe she's had 45 consistent days of riding. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm going with, and that's where we're starting from. So I'm excited to meet everyone and see everyone's videos, and I have a couple other little introductory videos that I'm going to put with this, and then I'll put it all on YouTube and share it. But I do like to cheer people on. I do like to be the positive person and be like, you can do this. And it's coming from a place of love, not sarcasm, not judgment. It's coming from a place of love and support, because I know what it feels like not to have that. And yeah, and of course I would love to have a second black mare in my barn. Anything that Fallon has trained would be a dream come true. I normally have 3 horses. I have a 4-horse trailer, a 3-horse living trailers, and I've been, after selling and restructuring my horse group, I guess, to move towards some goals that I have. When I saw this challenge and that winning a horse could be the ultimate award, I kind of just knew, oh, you weren't supposed to find a horse for you, because there's this opportunity for you to possibly have this other horse. And so that's the ultimate goal, but the goal for me personally is to be able to time only a 3-year-old that's had this month of training on her, and to not look like some craziness going on in the arena. So anyway, I'll see you guys at the end of week 1. I hope everyone has a great week, and reach out if you need any help or support, or if there's any advice that I can offer. I'm there for you. When I did my first Horse Boss Challenge, some of my goals were to kind of be the same as everyone else, be in the 1D, have a nice horse, have a nice trailer, have a living quarters, have a barn. But then, you know, we all just kind of say those kind of things. But then when I got into my first few Horse Boss challenges with Fallon, she was really big about saying these things, writing them down, and putting them out into the universe. So that's why I want to let you know that these challenges can help change your life. You can get out of whatever you put into it and whatever you invest in yourself. So when I first started this challenge, my horses were kind of at the back part of our property. We had just bought a house. We've been here about 7 years now, maybe 8. Maybe it'll be 8 in January. Anyway, didn't have any horse facilities. So now I have horse facilities. I have this lean-to barn, and this, by the way, will be where Amora comes home to. Just putting it out there. We built this. We didn't have a lot of money because we just bought a house. So this is built from frames that my husband recycled from mobile homes that were thrown away. So we used the beams to rebuild the barn. Just this last month, I upgraded to brand new panels. They're like 5 foot tall, strong, permanently put onto our post. Anyway, So this is something that I manifested in one of my first few horse bosses. This is the other part of my barn. We have some extra hay there, and then on the other part we have a tie rack with wash area, and that's also where the farrier can come. So during the winter there's nothing. A connex at the end, tack room right there. And then I also manifested in a few of my other horse boss challenges that I wanted a nice 4-horse trailer gooseneck. And some of you may remember, we started with a little wrecked 2-horse. I was able to save, side hustle, sell stuff, and in January I got my first 4-horse with a tack room. I love it. We got a great deal. It's the first thing that I've bought that my husband hasn't had to rebuild for me. So there's that. The other thing that you guys may remember is that I also manifested a living quarters, and my husband brought home a trailer. This was totally destroyed on this side right here. It had been rear-ended and flipped. My husband rebuilt it for me. So it's a 3-horse living quarters that he bought off an auction site because it was wrecked. We put new, I should say we, I help finance it, he does the work. New tires, axles, he rebuilt all that, and made my little ladder there. Super proud of that. Yeah, it's older. I don't know what year it is, probably like a 90 or something. And I know that the Cherokee 4-horse is, I think, an 08. So they're older. I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this to tell you that it's possible. Manifest what you want, and then every day you work toward it. And some days, I'm going to be honest, some days I put 50 cents toward this trailer. 50 cents. But in 5 years of every day of putting 50 cents, I was able to get the trailer that I wanted. So this is Cinder. She is a 6-year-old. She's out of a stallion named Rex Hill, that's down in Maricopa County in Arizona. And she's Mr. Jess Perry, Mr. Jess Perry, and Dash to Fame. And pretty much a Heinz 57. Honestly, she's about 15 hands. I love her. When I first got her, it was a little rough. She's very stoic, and she's a pacer, so her anxiety made me anxious. She was just kind of on the back burner. Her fertility didn't start till August of last year. Stop nibbling. And we just kind of went into it because I was putting too much pressure on a different horse. And so I found that was the best way to start her. And now we've kind of come around, and she's doing super awesome. So she's my main mount now. She's the one that's running. And then I have a 3-year-old, Miss Daisy. She came with that barn name, and I haven't changed it. The people I got her from raised her up until she was born on their property. She's out of Epically Famous. So she's the one that I'm going to be doing a lot of this challenge on. She's a green bean. We'll see how she goes when we trot through the pattern. We've walked through the pattern twice, to be truly transparent. I really like her. She's a very forward mare though, and I guess like all epic leaders, she keeps her head higher. So that's something to learn, because Cinder keeps her head kind of even keel. So it's a little bit different, but she's super sweet, and we will see how this challenge goes. So these are the girls. I wanted to introduce you to them. Totally have a space right next there for Amore to come when she's done with this challenge. and I would love nothing better than to have 2 black mares and a chestnut.